last thing before I forget everything. So, I growing up having lots of problems with self-blaming, and I have treated myself like shit with self-blaming. But this day, like healing myself and looking at my coping mechanism in a more loving way. But after all, they saved my life. They saved me. Those coping mechanisms are the things that got me here. Without them, I won't be able to survive. There is a reason why they are there, and I start to look at self-blaming with a like not proud in that kind of way, like, oh, I blame myself, I'm so proud of it, but like with the right amount of self-blaming. Because the thing with some people that I observe is that they like self-blaming. They like self-blaming. They do not see their part in the game. They do not see their contribution in the problem. They don't see their parts. But I can see my parts, and I even exaggerate my parts. And yeah, I have problems with seeing their part. They have problems with seeing their part. Yeah, and like they blame me, I blame myself. That's the thing that I experience. Many, but while I can blame myself, and the power of self-blaming is that you can see your part. With the right amount of self-blaming and the right attitude, not coming into this being a judge, like you're so bad for having done it, you're so terrible and everything. It's like you're just becoming an observer, becoming a scientist, a problem solver, a scientist. I love the word scientist more than a problem solver. Well, being a scientist, you will understand why there was a problem and how can we solve it and what is happening and everything. And yeah, self-blaming like a scientist. No, I think scientists. No, I think self-blaming like a scientist is not nightmare. But like observing your self-blaming like a scientist, like you're studying your own self-blaming, and you'll see that, oh, you can see your parts, and if you're observing it right, with not with those judging criticism, you will be able to see their parts clearly, and you'll be able to see your parts clearly. And like a huge contributor to why I consider myself moving so fast with healing is that because I trying to see where I can fix it, trying to see where is my part in it, trying to see how how I am manifesting this, what what pain that I am having that is manifesting this, that is calling for help, that is asking for my attention through this that I am experiencing. Like pain and triggers and everything, emotions are messengers, and I start looking for why they they send me those messages, and ew, a notification, and I felt like something light just moved right here. It startled me. why when I say messages, I was trying to find. I'm having goosebumps, feeling like someone is like encouraging me to say it, like it hits, but like I'm trying to find why those messages come, why like these diseases, disease, pain, hurt, emotions, happiness, sadness, every decision, people that come into my life, how do I have them as an inner part, like like every people in my life, I believe that I have them inside me, a part that is them inside me. That's why I attract them to come into my life. Like, yeah. And well, because you blame because you can see your parts through a lot of years training in self-blaming. You can see your parts and you can see where you have been doing things that you don't quite like, and where you can improve, and where you want to double down, where you want to change, where you want to cut off your life. And well, you will less likely face a downfall because you cannot see clearly how, cannot see clearly your parts, cannot see clearly your pain, cannot see clearly your mistakes or your anything. But you will be likely to fall into a downfall of over responsibilities and self blaming and letting people, and yeah, over responsibility, and like we try, you have to learn to see it clearly where is really your part and where is not, and cut it, and like live it there, live alone. Yeah, learn to not do anything and live live it to them. Yeah, but you will not. You will less likely to face downfall regarding being too overconfident, cannot admit that you're weak, that you're less than people, and that there are things that many other people can do it better than you. The shame of seeing some people, the shame of seeing people who do really well, seeing their superiority, and you do not have, you are not superior, you are not superior in that field, and yeah, you're just a normal person, and you will not face that downfall of not clearly see your weaknesses. Yeah, because today I learned that, today I was told, I listened, and I learned about a story of how a really promising business is coming to a downfall because the CEO cannot admit that there are people who are better than him in his field, in the very measure that he spends, not like spends, but like invests his life in. He's not the best in his field, and it's painful, and he cannot admit that. and he loses key talent. And if like he wants, and he is placing himself to be the top of his company, and the company cannot grow because the company is below him. The company cannot grow to be more than him. And so he if his skills and everything deteriorates, his company will deteriorate with him, and like it is facing a downfall. And but he cannot admit his weaknesses, and therefore he cannot see his company's he cannot see the real reason behind his company instability and downfall, and yeah, his company's downfall. It's a really promising company though. And I look at myself and I realize that's it's not really likely to be my case. That's not really likely to be my case. It might be my case, but I don't know. But I believe that it is not likely to be my case because I blame myself a lot. Yeah, like I search every nooks and cranny for how I can improve, how I am manifesting this, what is happening, what am I doing. And if you're someone like that, I mean, maybe let's spend this moment to cheer us on and to realize our power for being for self blaming. Yeah. Well, thank God. Thank thank you. Thank myself. Thanks. Bye.